Kia ora, I'm Raniera. I'm an engineering project manager at Fonterra Maungaturoto based in Northland. A typical day in the life of an engineer for me is actually really focused on people management and how I engage with small and large teams. Typically in a year I'll be bringing a lot of projects to life and seeing them all the way through the whole life cycle of that project, and a lot of that is based around how I engage with the different stakeholders with the project, whether that be with the production staff in the manufacturing environment or external consultants. I could also be dealing with engineers both internally and externally, and the real focus for us is delivering a quality project on time and within scope and budget. So that means that I'm dealing a lot with the financial sides of projects, the design verification of projects, even the construction management of projects at times as well. So that's the really big focus of my work is dealing with people. Moving into the professional world, 3 of the things that I would have liked to have learned back at uni mainly is around prioritisation. In a fast-paced working environment, particularly a production or manufacturing environment, you need to be able to make the decisions on what is important and needs to be done now and what can wait, and sometimes you have to make the hard call on things that can't actually come to fruition. That can really hurt for us as engineers because we deal a lot with delivering a quality and complete output, but depending on the industry you move into, sometimes you have to make that call. So prioritisation is one of the first things that I would have liked to have learned back at university. The second thing, which is a bit more around the business side, is the commercial functions of a business. A business is here to make money, and we have to really appreciate that as engineers. While we have to focus on what we're outputting, we have to realise that that's always in the context of a larger puzzle, really. And finally, the third thing that I would have really liked to have learned at university is around the legal framework. It's a bit more of a practical skill, but it kind of outworks in my role as a project manager. But understanding things like contract and commercial law and the legal processes and the legal framework that we operate in New Zealand, particularly around the Health and Safety at Work Act, we as engineers have a real critical responsibility in that act to deliver reasonable solutions, and so it's really important that you understand the legal context that you're working within as well. One skill I wish I mastered while I was a student is efficiency. I think that when you're at university, you have the opportunity to balance your skills doing assignments and exams, and I think I could have mastered that better at university, and it definitely would have made an impact on my transition to the working world. Being a project manager, I'm having to make fast-paced decisions, and also I have limited resources, whether it be financial resources, time resources, my own personal resources, or the teams that I'm engaging. Being really efficient with those resources is critical to my job, and definitely would have made a massive impact on my transition into the working life. The first day I started working, I was super nervous. I was surrounded by people I didn't know, and in a city I wasn't familiar with. I didn't know what to expect, but really I was excited. I was ready to take the 4 years of learning that I just completed into the professional world, and I loved every minute of it. It was a great experience being on a graduate program, and now becoming a project manager. I think it was a great start to my career.